How can I go to Canada? This question is literally coming to everybody's mind these days and has become even more relevant in this pandemic era. The way Canadian government has supported its citizens, residents, and even students is really incredible. I've been hearing this question earlier also when I immigrated to Canada after being in the medical profession for over 20 years. Basically, I'm a medical doctor, to be precise, an ENT surgeon in India. So I was commonly asked this question that why did you go to Canada? Although I didn't have any concrete answer for this at that time, but now since I transitioned to a licensed immigration consultant by ICCRC, I am getting this question more often, not only by the young people, but also by the well-established businessmen both in India and other countries. So we at Capilano Immigration Consulting have taken this initiative to make a series of videos on how can I go to Canada. This first video, we'll just enumerate the various ways a person can go to Canada. And after that, we'll discuss each one in detail. This is just an education video and this should not be taken as an immigration advice. Regarding the ways of going to Canada, there are more than 80 pathways to go to Canada. Broadly speaking, they can be divided into two types, temporary residents and permanent residents. Temporary, as the name suggests, is coming to Canada temporarily, and then depending upon your experience, you can transition towards permanent residency. There are three types of temporary residents. First is the visitor, second is the study permit, and third is the work permit. Visitor, as the name suggests, you come here only for a visit. You cannot work or study. There's another kind of visitor visa, which is called a super visa, which is for the parents of Canadian citizens and residents. Study permit, you need study permit for most of the studies that you do in Canada as a foreigner. For many studies do not need a study permit. Regarding the worker, the work permit can be an open work permit or a closed work permit. Further, closed work permit can be LMIA based or can be LMIA exempt. That depends upon the category of the work you're doing. So these are the types of the temporary residents. Now the next category is the permanent resident. Permanent resident, as the name suggests, can come straight away from their own country to Canada as permanent residents. Permanent residents has most of the rights of a citizen, except the voting right and few more rights. Now, permanent residents can be of three classes. First is the economic class, second is the family class, and third is the refugee class. In economic classes, there are various ways you can come as a permanent resident, like express entry, and provincial nominee programs, and self-employed, or even as a business investor. There are other pilot programs like caregiver program for home support worker and home child care programs. Has a system of family reunification. So in family class, a person who is a Canadian citizen or resident can sponsor a close relative like spouse or children or even parents to come here and settle as permanent residents. The third one is the refugee class, because Canada is a part of the treaty and they always support refugees from various countries. So these are the various ways you can become permanent residents also. We'll discuss each of these in detail in next videos. Thank you very much.